Hello, my name is Glenn Nagel. I'll be giving you a sort of crash course on sleep. I'm doing the micro-teaching class right now for sleep and rest. So I'll ask a few questions at the end that you can just send me an email or do in the discussion thing. So, sleep. We all need it, right? But how much do we really need? In the little blue book that we had to get for class, it recommends. I always thought that it was you need 8 hours of sleep all the time. However, this recommends 8.5 hours. I don't know if that extra half hour really is that huge of a difference, but in my opinion, I think it is because that does add up over time. I mean, half an hour every night is significant in the span of a week or a year, even more so. So basically, there's some good strategies and stuff like that that you can potentially teach your future students if you become a teacher down the line. And just other things that you can use and implement in your daily life. I know I've been trying to. I have a horrible sleep schedule, so I've been trying to fix that recently with most of these strategies, and for the most part, it has been actually successful. So, basically, just some simple things. You need 8.5 hours of sleep for adolescents to adults, basically. As time goes on, I'm sure there are cases of people that are fine on 3 hours of sleep, fine on 4 hours of sleep. Those are, however, very rare cases. So, don't go away from this being like, I can stay up till 5 a.m. and then get up at 8 a.m. Oh, that's fine. No, don't do that. Let's see. Kids need sleep to help their brains grow. When you're growing up, you need a ton of sleep. In the little blue book, it says for 2-year-olds typically need 12 hours of sleep every day. That's half the day. I mean, that's an insane amount of sleep. And as you grow up, you need, sure, less and less, but eventually you will need 8.5 hours. Students don't sleep enough at all at night. Whether it's homework, whether it's stress, whether it's problems at home, stuff like that that's getting to them. It's statistically proven that children do not get enough sleep. So these will be some good strategies that you can actually use, whether in your own life, as I said, or with students. Simplest one, technology. I mean, we all have it. Right now I'm recording this on my iPhone. Yeah. When I go to bed, I take it up to my bed sometimes and watch Netflix for way too long. Or you get sucked into the YouTube black hole. And then you look at the clock and you realize, oh crap, it's 3 in the morning and I have to get up for my 8 a.m. tomorrow. Yay. So there's just, and it's a lot easier said than done. Just basically stop looking at your phones or devices at least an hour before bed. Basically that just helps your mind relax, calm down. Get used to it and only use your bed also for sleep. Okay, so don't watch movies in bed, don't read. That was a surprising one for me because I was always like, oh, go read a book in bed before you go to bed. No. That also then makes your bed a place for reading and not sleep, not just sleep. If it's just sleep, when you go to bed, your instincts will kick in and be like, oh, we're in bed, time for sleep. And you'll fall asleep faster. Caffeine. Other drugs like that. Caffeine, it's a stimulant. So it'll keep your body functioning. It stimulates your brain. Also increases blood pressure and so on. Let's see. Other drugs, alcohol and stuff like that, those can mess with your sleep schedules. Those make your bodies process stuff that takes longer. And as long as your body's running, your mind's going to be running with it. So basically, be healthy, I guess. Is the point I'm trying to make. Don't do a ton of drugs before bed. Yeah, I think you're smart enough for that. Don't eat before bed too. This is a big one. I had no idea about this. I usually just snack on like trail mix and stuff like that before bed. Just doing homework and I'm eating some trail mix. No, eating is fuel. Food is fuel. And the more you eat, or the closer you eat to bed, your body will want to stay up. It'll stimulate the brain. It'll process through your body. It'll give you that energy that'll keep you awake. Sure, if you have to pull an all-nighter for a class, I guess snack continuously, but still not recommended. Naps. I can't nap, so this doesn't apply to me. Yes. However, if you do nap, naps for less than an hour, always. Never do naps for 3 hours or for 12 hours or for half the day, whatever. And always do those for before bed or before 3 p.m. If you do them before that, your body will basically reboot, just like after you went to bed and you woke up in the morning, and it's ready to start its day then. And you just mess up your sleep cycle. And that's a a pretty bad thing to get into also. Let's see what else. What happens when you don't get enough sleep? I'm sure we've all felt these symptoms before. Students may feel depressed. This is a very big thing for depression. Students who don't sleep enough have a higher chance for depression because their minds don't get time to rest, and you're thinking too much then, and that can be a dangerous path. More irritable with friends and family. When you're sleep deprived, we've all done it. I mean, you're always don't talk to me, don't bother me. You're annoying. Yeah, that's because of lack of sleep, probably. Difficulty focusing and studying. For me, that was a big one. When I was sleeping for 3 to 4 hours every night last year, and sometimes this year, I'm stopping it now. I was falling asleep all the time during class, so therefore my grades were dropping significantly because wasn't taking notes, wasn't doing the assignments because I would stay up all night watching YouTube. That's on me. And so, but once again, you get in that habit though of staying up all night, and your body will rewrite its sleep schedule to think, okay, we only sleep for 4 hours a day. That's fine. We'll work with that. And if you get used to that, that can be really damaging on your health and brain. What else? Can't understand what's going on in class. As I sort of briefly said on this, when you're nodding off in class, you're just getting those little drops of the head and you just scare the crap out of yourself. Yeah, no, those are horrible. Because once they start, they're pretty hard to get rid of. So you can't focus on class when you're nodding off, or if you're insanely sleep deprived, you're just going to be sitting there zoned out, and your brain's just going to be like, fine, I'll take a break on my own without, going to bed, really. So get sleep, and your grades can actually improve. I have noticed this myself for actually sleeping right this semester, and my grades have gone up. So let's see. Students who don't sleep well don't remember stuff from the previous day. So if you attended an awesome lecture, if you did classes, and you then don't sleep at all, there's a high chance that a lot of that information that you just took in will not be there the next day. You worked hard on it, it's gone. Your brain needs time to sleep in your body so it can record what it sort of learned, what we learned about in class, the whole short-term, long-term memory loss, or just memory in general. You need that time and that effort to sort of get used to it and to function, I guess. I already covered higher GPA. You can't make up sleep. This is a common myth. I always thought this. I'd always, sleep 4 hours most weekdays. Then on the weekends, I'd sleep for 12 hours. That's not right. Go to bed at 2 in the morning and wake up at 3 p.m. You cannot do that. There is a fine line, though, with that you can make up, sure, half an hour or pushing it an hour. But once again, though, if you're losing half an hour every night, that does add up, and you cannot simply just sleep for 12 hours on the weekend or sleep for a whole day on the weekend and then have it be your body just be fine. That's still it's a pretty big myth. You want to be colder when you sleep. This is weird, but I do this, so I'm weird. Basically, the colder the room is, the better it is. And I don't mean like cold, but warm rooms make worse sleep. Your body can't cool down, relax, and, get used to it. So you want to sleep in a chillier room between temperatures of like 70, and that's not that chilly. That's pretty warm. That's very warm. But between 60 to 50, around there, something that's, you'll want a long sleeve shirt on or something like that when you're in your room or something like that. That helps your body sleep, and you get better sleep that way too. Let's see. Everyone's recommended to get 8 hours of sleep at night. No one actually runs on less than that. As I said before, you can't sleep for 4 hours every week. I mean, that's bad. Snoozes on the alarms are horrible. If you get in the habit of hitting snooze, I do this all the time. It's a really hard habit to break. I've been going at it for probably a month now. I'm trying to break this habit of, having my alarm go off and I just hit snooze. Then 5 minutes later, having it go off and I just hit snooze. That time, every single time you hit snooze, your body doesn't really fall back asleep and then wake back up and fall back asleep. That's horrible sleep. And basically that time of you just hitting snooze over and over and over isn't going to do much for you. It's going to hurt you in the long run. So basically, don't hit snooze. When your alarm goes off, get up. Start your day. Go eat breakfast, go shower, stuff like that. What else? Yeah. Stick with a sleep schedule. So I slept for 8 hours on Monday, and I woke up at, let's say, 8 a.m., and I went to bed at midnight. Or that's not 8 hours. But stick with a schedule, all right? So you have to have consistency for your brain to get used to this, and then after a certain amount of time, your body will get used to being, oh, it's this time, let's go to bed. It'll start to shut down on itself. You won't have to, lay there in bed for hours just staring at the ceiling, waiting to fall asleep. No, your body will get into a habit of waking up at 8 a.m. or at 9 a.m. or whenever your classes are. Your body will get in that habit of 9 a.m. comes around and your body will start to wake up itself. And then the same thing for going to bed. You hit midnight, your body will start to shut down on itself. Or, 10 or 11, whatever time you prefer. It'll start to do it itself. And that's a really big thing because, especially for me and a bunch of my friends I've talked to, our sleep schedules are so messed up where some nights we'll go to bed at, 9 p.m., which is great. But then the other times it'll be 3 a.m. and then you wake up at the, around the same time. But with classes, not all your classes have 8 a.m.s. You might have an 8 a.m., then you might have a class at noon the next day or a class at then 10. And you need to get that consistency, though, of even if you have a class at noon, wake up at 9 a.m. It's to build that habit that'll help you in the long run. All right. For the discussion questions, let's just do simple. Why do you need sleep? You can take anything from what I said, from your own personal thoughts on it, I guess. It's pretty basic. For the second one, what are some ways that you as a teacher can promote good sleeping habits? So, teaching in the future, or if not, just for this right now, what are some ways that you can show the students that this is what you need to do, or this is how you get good rest and how you can grow and develop better? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you, guys.